How's it going, everybody? Rybrad here today, and we are back with our Honolulu Hammerheads franchise mode. And guys, do I have something for you? Now, I was going through to fill out the AHL roster, right? I know we've got just missing a line here and then missing one more defender, right? That's nothing. So I was going through, I was looking, and something really caught my eye. I noticed that there was another high-quality free agent still available. Radulov. It's not Alex Radulov, it's Artem Radulov. He's an 86 medium elite at 21. He's a center two-way forward with 88 passing, 90 offensive awareness, 90 defensive awareness, 89 wrist shot accuracy. He would fit the first forward line. We'll see exactly what happens, but you guys might have caught it. He is a restricted free agent. Now, I already took a look at what it might cost. If we take a look at the offer sheet compensation, if we tried to sign him for the contract he wants, that 5-year deal at $9.5 million, it would cost us this year's first 3 rounds of picks. So first, a second, and a third, and then next year's first, which I am definitely not going to do. But if you take a look here, we can go ahead and knock his contract ask down as long as we go down to 1 year. Then we get him under our team control. It would cost $3.52 million. $3.52 million falls within this year's second round pick. We take a look at the picks we have available to us this year. We have our second. Like, yes, I know it looks horrible that we would only have a 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. We already gave up our first to go after Koliznik. But giving up this trade value here for that level of guy, he's currently a New York Ranger, right? So we'll put our second on the trade here, and then we'll go over to the New York Rangers, and we'll take a look. And they have all skaters, and oh, there's Radulov with a ridiculous amount of value. They want to trade him too, but look at that value. We could sign him for 1 year and get that value ourselves. We still have 19 million in cap space, boys. 18.5 about. So we have so much money able to sign a guy like Radulov. It would cost us this second. Like if I hit propose trade, they're gonna laugh at me here. Yeah, it's obviously rejected. And if we think about it, let's go ahead and see what they would ask from us for a guy like Radulov. If we go ahead and look at the New York Rangers, Radulov, what would they ask? They want Quentin Byfield or Kerman a 3rd and a 4th. Those are their asks. Instead, I think I'm going to go for the second. I don't know how much cap space the Rangers have. Let's take a quick peek at their cap situation. They have 0.6 million. They have less than 1 million, meaning they cannot match it no matter what I offer. So a $3.5 million deal for Radulov, giving up our second to get this high value player. Even a guy like Joe Veleno, is in our RFA, and I could probably go after him too, depending on whatever team. He's a Hurricane, right? He would fit our bottom 6. Like, he wants 1 year, a 2.1. We would have to. Oh, we don't have the required compensation. I believe it's a 3rd. We would have to give up a singular 3rd. But anyway, I'm going to stop offer sheeting people. I'm going to go here. If we sign him to 7 years, yeah, look at that. Like, it makes all the sense in the world to give him 1 year, let him play hockey, give up that second. We can recoup picks at the deadline. I can move on from prospects. And guys, I just really don't plan on using maybe one of our potential goalies that we've got in the system. I'm going to give him exactly what he wants. And I don't think there's any discount for going lower. I don't think I can. I don't think he would accept it either. So 3.525 for 1 season. This year's second. He's considering his options. We will see. So now let's go ahead and advance a few days. I'm sure the AHL guys will pop up and get us all excited first here. Donskoy's here. Heponiemi. Okay. He accepts. So Heponiemi is an RFA, but I didn't have to offer him any picks. He was like 700,000. Cal Foot's here, and Ikonen. So there we go. As long as Heponiemi decided they are not willing to match the offer sheet of Heponiemi, so there's no draft picks offered as compensation. Heponiemi is now a Honolulu Hammerhead, and I can use him in the minors. Radulov has decided to accept the offer as presented, and as we know, boys, we cannot. Wow, Brent Burns dropped off hard. We cannot They cannot match it, and we give up our second? Oof, 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 Brent Burns. That's a bad why would I take that contract? Just please explain to me. Anyway, offer sheet. The Rangers have decided they are not willing because they cannot, and given the small salary at stake, you are required to supply 1 second-round pick, boys. Artem Radulov, the medium elite 86 overall two-way forward, is now a member of your Honolulu Hammerheads. And check this out, boys. Raphael Lavoie, listed as a depth forward. He's very good, actually. He's not very good defensively. Buehler Rice is up here. Oh, man, I can't wait. I think a guy like Danton Heinen would probably be the guy I look to move on from. Raphael Lavoie is 22 with medium top 6 potential. Danton Heinen is the kind of guy that he's pretty much reached his limit. Oh, he's probably in the AHL right now. I got to go call him up. So we're going to go to roster moves. Call up Radulov in the system. There he is. Confirm. Call him up. Happy Niemi is down there too. You guys saw that. So we'll edit the lines. I think scratched. We don't have anybody scratched. It's just Radulov. We take we move on from Danton Heinen, who I actually have liked ever since he's been with us. But there's Radulov. He fits the first line. We're gonna put him probably. He's gonna be our third line center, maybe. I'm not sure where I can put him now. I can move him in there for Koliznik. Koliznik is a center sniper. Obviously, Koliznik is a little bit better than he is. And then we can shuffle this around, shuffle the deck chairs. Buehler Rice up there for there. DeBrusk, I guess, on the fourth line. I guess that's fine. Byfield can't play right wing. That's interesting. So I might have to play Radulov out of position as the right wing on that first line. So we have sniper, two-way forward. I'd really love to have a playmaker. We don't really have a playmaker anymore. We still got Granlund, but that's fine. Oh, we have Buehler Rice, the playmaker. I think I'd like to get him the ice time there. And then moving Cousins down to play with Sprong, Granlund, and Cousins there. Then we've got Gurianov, Byfield, Radulov. And then the reason I'm moving Cousins down is he's got high top 6. Gurianov is low top 6, but he's already an 86. I guess I could do something like that, but we still get the +1 here, and that's fine. He's medium elite. He's medium elite. Taylor Hall's exact elite. Koliznik is high elite, or medium elite, or he is high elite, excuse me. And then Rodrigo Buehler Rice is medium top 6. So I like Buehler Rice up there because if he grows, right? He's a playmaker. He's got good passing and offensive awareness. Hopefully, will help Taylor Halls and Koliznik score a lot of goals. And then on the defensive end, nothing's changing here, right? We still got the Sergachev, Bear, Dunn, Shea, and then Ali Kerman and Taze. Ali Kerman, I think I'm going to leave down there. He's not quite ready to take on more ice time. And then in goal, we've got Markstrom and Georgiev. So, boys, things are looking very, very good for the future here, especially since Buehler Rice fits the first line so well. Radulov fits the first line well. He fits it better than Koliznik. If I moved Byfield up, we get the +3, but I do not want to do that. If we move Koliznik down, but again, he's high elite, first line forward. He's going to score a boatload of goals. Moving Taylor Hall down, actually, off the first line, I guess we could look to spread out the scoring, right? Gurianov down there on the third line. So Cousins, Koliznik, Buehler Rice. And then you've got Hall, Byfield, Radulov. That's not bad. I don't mind Hall on the second line, although he's freaking elite, though. He's freaking good. Cousins would get us a +1 here, so I think I'm going to stick with that. I know I'm jumping around with the lines a lot, but Lavoie here as a power forward, two-way forward sniper, that's not actually too bad. And then we got Sprong, the sniper, playmaker, power forward. Only these guys fit the third line a bit better. Dylan Cousins kind of fits anywhere, but man, Granlund fits that first line. I forgot how much he fit that first line. So if we could get a +3 up there, but I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave these lines. I'm not going to overvalue chemistry here. Let's double check the power play lines too, and then we can get some simulation underway. Yeah, this is what I was worried about. We got to get probably Granlund, Sorelli out. There we go. There it is. Sorelli out, and then we'll bring in center Radulov. There he is. He's a two-way forward, changing current line. He does fit. I'm trying to see if we get better chemistry. No, we wouldn't. Taylor Hall's on the second one. I think I'm going to move him up there. Oh, nope. Taylor Hall for Radulov, please. Taylor Hall for Radulov, please. Okay, I guess. Or is Radulov's on both. That's why. My bad. So I guess Who am I missing? I got Granlund, Radulov, Bularais, Gurianov, Cousins, Byfield. Who am I missing? I know Koliznik. Yeah, Koliznik's there with Sergachev. I guess I gotta bring in a defender. Probably a guy like Ethan Bear. Changing current line, we do this. There we go. We get a +3 on the second pairing here, second line, which is good, considering Bularais doesn't even fit the scheme. But Cousins, Byfield, Hall, Koliznik, Sergachev. I think that makes the most sense. Because we got Cousins, Byfield, Hall, Koliznik, Sergachev, and then Gurianov, Radulov, Bularais. Is Sprong on that second one? No, it's Granlund. Granlund fits the power play so well, though. Gurianov's there. He also fits super well. We're going to leave it. We're going to leave it. And then penalty kill here. Cirelli, Lavoie, Radulov, and Byfield. Byfield doesn't fit. Can we get Dylan Cousins some more ice time here? Yes, we can. He does fit. We're moving him up. Fits. Radulov. Yeah, Radulov and Cousins with Sergachev and Shea. Shea does not fit. We get a +3 if we move done. Bears an offensive defenseman. That's probably not helping us out a ton. Ollie Kerman. He does fit the scheme too. There we go. I think we're going to do that. Get the +3 and then the +1. So we are all set and ready to start the simulation, boys. I hope we do end up simming quite well. I'm very excited for it. Let's go ahead and get through the first month of games and just see how we do. And Philip Broberg and Coleman for 2/3. Again, a guy like Broberg, somebody I may look to move on from at the deadline. Salary cap compliance. We are compliant. We only lost 1 game in overtime. And there we go. We start out with 3 straight wins, all against Western Conference opponents. Another win, more boys. Brodeen and Killorn, no thanks. I don't really have space for them, and I'd rather have Brant Clark's medium elite potential coming up. 8-0-1 to start the season, only losing in a shootout to the Philadelphia Flyers. Shout out to Ronald. Things are going really, really well. I'm not going to bother changing a thing. We're going to go another month here and just see what happens. Oh, baby, we are killing it right now. Of course, it's a fairly good draft class of the year. We don't have a first or a second or a third, but that's not the end of the world. We can get those picks back, and if we really need them, we could. If I don't really see anybody worth drafting this year, just simply because our team is so loaded. And there we go, losing 5 games here. What do we go? 7-5-2. 7-5-2 in that month is still very, very good. Pretty sure we are at the top of our division. Let's pop out and take a look. Yes, we are by 7 points. Actually not doing as well as the Coyotes or the Bruins. So we are a little bit behind those teams as far as league race. But then again, I don't need to win the league. We take a look here. Hall and Koliznik are both points per game. Granlund with 21, playing on that third line with Dylan Cousins as 19. Bularais on that first line with 19. Radulov's got 17, 7 goals, 10 assists for him. He's a +3. Quentin Byfield will stick to forwards. Second line is looking a little weak with Byfield and Gurianov, but then again, they're still 15 and 14 points. DeBrusk has 6. Cirelli, Lavoie. Who is our second line right wing? Oh, it is Sprong, isn't it? No, Sprong's on the third line. Radulov's on the second line right wing. Yeah, there we go. There's Radulov. He's a +3, where Byfield and Gurianov are -2s. We take a look at the defense. Sergachev has 15. Shea's got 6. Taze is a -3, and Kerman's a -2. How much ice time is Ollie Kerman playing? He's playing 14 minutes. That's good. I want to see him grow. I want to see him get more ice time and his potential to, or him to hit his potential. And then in goal, Jacob Markstrom is having a phenomenal season, and so is Georgiev. Georgiev's only started 2 games, it looks like. But man, he's having a great season. Oh my, guys, this is just going so fantastically well. I'm so happy. We're just going to go another month. Why not, right? Things are going so incredibly well. We're going to get up to January 1st and see what Koliznik would take to come, or not Koliznik, excuse me, what Radulov would take to come back. See, we got medium elite goalies that if we wanted to, we could flip them for picks. Maybe a first, maybe a second and a third kind of thing is what I'm thinking about. Trading some of the goalies that don't look like they're going to be much. But another good month where what did we win? 10 games that month? We were like, what, 15-5-3? We went 10-3-2. I think that's right. Yeah, there's an overtime loss. There's a loss. And there's a loss. There's a loss. Yeah, okay. So we went, 10-3-1. So 10-3-1 in that month. And boys, the point percentage is getting out of hand here. We are up on January 1st. Let's check out the contract extensions that we would have to hand out to the team. Who is expiring? Just Radulov, Shea, Sprong, Granlund. Granlund's a guy I think I'm going to let walk. He's starting to get relegated further and further down. He's only playing 13 minutes a night, and asking for $5 million is just too much in my opinion. We could also trade him away at the deadline. You know, he's the kind of guy that I could flip for something at the deadline. Radulov, what does he want? He wants $10 million for 5 seasons. Oh my word. You're not really getting a discount signing him for any length of time. I guess I could sign him for 3 seasons, see how he grows, and then give him that. Because if we take a look at our main roster, after next season, because this season it's Radulov, next season it'll be Gurianov. Oh my gosh, Gurianov, and that's it? And look, like, what? That's it? We are locked in for a long time? Now, Radulov's contract is the bad one, right? He's not interested in extension. Okay. So he's not interested in an extension. We'll wait. We won't give him anything just yet. But if we had to look at how much cap we're going to have next season, it's $23 million. And in goal, we're set for $6 million for the next 2 seasons. Yeah, next 2 seasons. Perfect for Markstrom. It's going to give our guys in the system time to grow. Speaking of guys in the system and growing, let's check it out. Sergachev, plus 16. Statistical growth. Good to see that. Quentin Byfield is growing as well. It seems to be statistical growth. Actually, a little bit of natural growth in the face-offs there, but it's all statistical growth right now. And then Taylor Hall is definitely statistical growth. But looking in the system, Jonas Donskoy, Renz here is a goalie who's growing naturally, which is nice to see. Then we've got Zibanejad here, the goaltender. He's medium fringe starter. If we take a look at the high potential players, it's really Renz, and then Clark is growing. That is natural growth. Nice to see from Clark. Chipchura is not growing, but he's having a fantastic season down there too. So one can only think that he'll be ready next season, and maybe we need to move on from Georgiev, but we're not going to offer any extensions now. We're going to get up to I think we might just go through the entire season here, guys. Right now, it's not looking like the time is a factor on the video, so let's go ahead, keep it rolling. We'll get through the trade deadline and see what we need to do. We're not going to bring anybody in. I really don't see us bringing anybody in. Why upset the apple cart, right? Laman in there is another guy. Like, that's the kind of guy that we could flip for a first. Not Chipchura, because he's going to be our goalie of the future, right? He's the closest one. And another month where we didn't lose a single game in regulation. We didn't lose in regulation. We lost twice in overtime and won oh my goodness, boys. Let's get up to the end of February on this leap year in 2024. We are in season number 4, 5? 4. It's season number 4, I believe. And right now, things are looking super, super good for our cup chances. We've already got 43 wins at the deadline. That's ridiculous. 93 points at the deadline, guys. No other team is even close. And I mean, actually, the Coyotes are close, and I don't like that because they're a team that we could face in the playoffs. Playoffs are pretty much a lock at this point. I don't see any way we don't get them. Taylor Hall with 68 and 62. Koliznik with 59 and 62. Bula Rice with 54 and 62. So for a rookie playmaker, he is going to grow very, very, very nicely. Considering, like I said, he fits that first line so well. 3 years on an ELC. This is the kind of guy you need to have put up good points. And 54 points as a rookie at the deadline with 20 goals. Dylan Cousins on the third line. Radulov on the second line. Sergachev's plus 33. Gurianov on the second line. Granlund on that third line. Byfield, that second line is a big old minus, it seems. Or at least Byfield and Gurianov, because Radulov seems to somehow avoid those minuses. Sprong, Bear is doing well. Shea, Sorelli, Devon Tays, DeBrusque. How is Ali Kerman doing? He's a -7. That's not the end of the world. Goaltenders, a fantastic season from our 2 goaltenders. Does Markstrom play that well before he got here? No, I took the chance on him. I forgot he was playing poorly in Colorado, and I decided to take the chance on him just because I know he's good. He's an elite goalie. Things are looking really good right now. Bula Rice with 54 for us is just ridiculous. If we take a look at the awards, we were the Stanley Cup champion in 21-22. We're looking like we're going to get back there, boys. We're looking like we're really going to get back there. we advance the day, actually, I want to view... Actually, I can do that in the trade deadline. I want to be a conservative buyer. I don't want to be a team that's all in buying, right? Because we don't have anything, any positions of need. Sebastian Aho is an expiring deal, too. That's going to be brutal. No trades found. Same thing for Scheifele on an expiring deal. So some big names are expiring that are on the market, but obviously, I don't think we're going to be able to get any of them. DeBrincat, excuse me, for Gurianov straight up. His $9 million is too much for me, and he's a right-wing sniper. They want a top prospect, but I think I'm going to pass on that one, guys. The Columbus Blue Jackets have made a trade. Laxonen in a 5th and a 7th to the Devils in exchange for Gusev. We take a look at the Blackhawks here. How are they doing? They're doing very poor this season. I can see why they'd be selling off. He's got no value. He's an 87, and he's got no extension. He's going to ask for a ton of money. I do not want to throw a wrench in our system right now, especially trading a guy like Gurianov, who actually Gurianov's not doing too great, but I really don't want to upset this. And guys, Brandt Clark, I was patient with him. I wasn't sure he was going to turn into something. I was very patient, and now he's on the cusp of NHL ready. So Eklund, Drysdale in a 3rd, go to the Blackhawks for Strome and Lowry. Interesting. But if we take a look at our goalies in the system, we got Renz here, who's 19 at 55, Chipchura and Laminen. Laminen is 20 and 71. I guess if I wanted to trade somebody, it would probably be Renz. We could get some, we can get some picks there. Evgeny Malkin. They would give us Patrick Kane for 4 more years, but he's exact top 9, so that's not what you want to see. DeBrincat in a 5th for Renz. Now, that'd be interesting, but I really don't have the spot for him. I really don't want the roster player. I'd rather get a 1st-round pick. See, like a 2nd and a 3rd from Vancouver is more along the lines of what I was thinking. He's 19 at 55. I don't think he's going to be as good as the other two. And the fact that we can only have so many goalies in the system, right? We have Chipchura and Laminen. Georgiev's already here, and Gillies is just kind of here, right? Maybe I should get rid of Gillies so that Laminen can play the end of the season out. Let's see what... Does anybody want Gillies? Okay, the Bruins want him. So I will trade with the Bruins and see if I can get like a 4th-round pick out of him. Yeah, let's get a 4th-round pick if we can. Trade rejected. Yeah, I didn't think so. Let's get a 6th. Trade rejected. What does it say about something or other? Inflated? Trade accepted. Okay, so we just moved on from Gillies. That's simply so that Laminen can play the rest of the season in the minors, right? We've got a pipeline of goalies. I don't exactly need Renz. He is a little bit younger. He's unsigned, which is nice too. But we're probably not going to get a 1st out of him. We can probably get a 2nd and a 3rd out of him from a contender. So I think that's what I'm going to look for. Anybody who wants him. Because I'm okay without having a 1st, but we kind of need our 2nd and 3rd. Okay. A team like the Carolina Hurricanes might be interested in him. Draft picks. Yeah, their 1st is super highly valued. And if we get a 2nd, we can probably get a 3rd out of this deal too. What about a 2nd, 3rd, and 4th? 2, 3, 4 for Renz. The 4 might be stretching it. The 3rd might be stretching it a bit too. But they're not a great team. They're 26, 29, and 7. They're not great, and they're trying to sell off Aho too. But they're a conservative buyer. So I'm going to propose this trade. I'm going to do this just the 2nd and the 3rd. Isn't sufficient at all. Okay. I could probably, you know what? I could probably throw in... I can't throw in much. What if I threw in a rookie threw in a rookie skater, a guy like Carlson here? If I throw in Carlson, can I think that goes through then? Yep, it does. So there we go, boys. We have ourselves a 2nd and a 3rd. So now we're only missing a 1st this year. That is what you want to see. We did all that moving and shaking with our picks before the season, and then we get to the deadline here. A 2nd, 3rd, 2 4ths, a 5th, a 6th, and 2 7ths. So all we are... DeBrincat goes to the Islanders. Okay, interesting. If I go to find a trade, I wonder what teams have low-valued 1st that they might want prospects on. It usually doesn't line up like that, but we'll at least see. The Ducks. No trades found, kind of figured that. Coyotes, they're a really good team. It would take Chipchura, which is not something I'm willing to give up. Boston, yeah, no. Buffalo's actually got a very... It would take Markstrom. Yeah, no. What if we took their second? No trades found for their second. I wouldn't mind stocking up on seconds, though. The New York Islanders second is pretty highly valued, to be honest. That's not a second. Okay, let's go Calgary. No. Hurricanes. We already stole all their picks. The Blackhawks would want Vince Dunn. Oh, Danton Heinen, a third next year and a fourth next year for a second this year? I kind of like that. I'm not even using Danton Heinen. Danton Heinen is scratched. So a third and a fourth next year are easily recoupable. Let's get the second this year. Actually, wait, oh, their first is so highly valued. Yeah, we're going to give them the Danton Heinen and a third and a fourth from next year. So there we go. We have ourselves another second. That second from Arizona is even cheaper, I think. So yeah, Heinen's that kind of guy that I said would get us something. But a second, a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, seventh. Next year, we're missing a third and a fourth. But again, I can do this at the deadline. Find players we aren't using. Find prospects and guys that I hit on that aren't going to really develop well. Or at least look like they're going to develop. Let's go back to Chicago. I think they had a really low-valued second from Arizona. No trades. I doubt we're going to be able to find any trades now. We really don't have a surplus of picks. This would take Chip Chura, but again, I'm not in the market of trading Chip Chura, and the seconds are no longer hitting for us, guys. So there's our first. It's in Detroit. Sorry, Detroit, kind of fleeced you there. Wonder how much it would take to get our first back. It would take Markstrom or Laminen. I'm keeping Laminen. I'm sorry. Our first is not going to be that high. Our first is going to be almost a second, and I'm completely fine with it. So I've made all the moves I've wanted to make. Who is sold? Hannafin is sold. He went from Calgary to I don't know where. It won't tell me. Hellebuck is sold. The Brinkat's gone. Lindholm, Gusev, Strome, Shattenkirk, Jarmelson, Danton Heinen. There he goes. And then Laxinen here. Tuomas Laxinen is actually pretty good. Exit the trade deadline. Let's get to the playoffs, boys. Let's get this season done and dusted. Okay, Hannafin goes to Minnesota. I hate the West loading up. Boston gets Scheifele for 2 firsts. Wow. That's a big, big price to pay, but it is certainly worth it. No, why does it do this? Bula-Rice up there. Radulov for DeBrusk. There we go. Quentin Byfield there. Sprong for Cirelli. Do that. Lavoie there for Cirelli. Who takes faceoffs better? Actually, Cirelli does. So DeBrusk, Cirelli, Lavoie, Cousins, Granlund, Sprong, Gurianov, Byfield, Radulov, Bula-Rice, Koliznik, Hall. We got these pairings again. He can play right defense. He can't. There we go. We're fine with this. Ollie Kerman. Don't want to give him too much more ice time. Taking a look at the special teams, it's Byfield, Radulov, Cousins, Koliznik, Sergachev. I would like Hall up here over Radulov, and then for Lavoie out. Right defenders, Bear in. That should get us a +3. Actually, it doesn't. Granlund, Radulov, Gurianov. Who am I missing? DeBrusk? No, it's not DeBrusk. Is it Sprong? Yeah, it's Sprong. There we go. So we got Radulov, Gurianov, Granlund. So we got Hall, Byfield, Cousins, Koliznik, Sergachev. That's very good. Sprong, Granlund, Radulov, Gurianov, Bear. And then penalty kill. Moving Dylan Cousins up. Actually, Dylan Cousins down there still gets us that. And then we can give Anthony Cirelli the ice time down here. +1. Bear and Kerman. Shea. Can we get a +5? We can get a +5. Shea out. Left defense, Ollie, Devin Tays, I think, right? Yeah, Ethan Bear's already there. Actually, Ollie Kerman fits, so we'll give Ollie Kerman the penalty killing time. So there we go. Radulov, Cirelli, Sergachev, Kerman gets a +5 on the penalty kill, so that should be even better. I think we're good. I think these are the lines I was using. I'm almost positive that it was Gurianov, Byfield, Radulov, and then Sprong, Granlund, Cousins. I know the first line was Hall, Koliznik, Bula-Rice, but EA, please stop switching the lines. Don't do best lines after the trade deadline. Let me know I have issues with my lines. So let's just get to the end of the season. I'm not going to go down to the last few games because I don't think they're going to mean much to us. And there we go. Things are rolling here, boys. Our first and only loss this month comes to the Vancouver Canucks. Shootout loss there, and then a regulation loss to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Okay, so we've got a couple losses in there, but we've certainly got plenty more wins. 51, 17, and 8. We didn't even hit 20 losses. 122 points on the season. Boys, nobody even came close to us in points. Taylor Hall with 97 points, speaking of points. 85 for Kaliznik and 71 for Bullerice. I hit on this guy at 31. They said he was NHL ready, and they said he had medium top 6, so I went for the NHL readiness, and boys, I got rewarded for it. Sergachev with 67 points. Hopefully he can win the Norris for us. Cousins with 64 on that third line, plus 27. The dude is a plus-minus machine. Radulov on that second line, still avoiding the minuses that Gurianov and Byfield have. Byfield had a disappointing season, although, I don't know, maybe he's going to top out as the second-line center. His passing is not great. His offensive awareness is great. His defensive awareness is pretty good. And wrist shot accuracy, I'd love to see it improve, especially for a power forward. Sprong, Sorelli, Granlund, and Cousins was a better line than our second line as far as total points, I think. Especially plus-minus. But Sorelli, DeBrusk, Lavoie here, they put in their work down there on the bottom line. They did what they did. Sergachev and Bear were huge pluses. Sergachev with 67 points. Shea and Dunn, and then Taze and Kerman. Kerman with 14 points and finished as a +3. 15 minutes of time on ice per night, which is what you want to see. And then in goal, we've got a fantastic season from both Markstrom and Georgiev, boys. I am giddy. I am excited about this one. I think we're going to go on a run here, guys. I really, really do. Then we've got the entire league. Ryan O'Reilly, 114 points. Tarasenko, 105. Ovechkin, McDavid up there as well. Taylor Hall did have a crazy season, but not as crazy as those guys. As far as goals, it is Ovi. Taylor Hall is in the top 5, ranking 4th, so that's not too bad there. If we take a look at defensemen, Erik Karlsson is going to win the Norris with his 76 points. Mikhail Sergachev, 67. I mean, I don't know, +43, 67 points. I know he finished 9 points behind Erik Karlsson, but he was a +43. Good Lord. We take a look at the goaltenders. Jacob Markstrom had the most wins. He also was tied for 3rd in save percentage, and as far as goal against average, he had the 2nd best. I would give it to him simply because he won so many games. I mean, he won 4 more games than Kemper and 7 more games than Crawford. Like, Jacob Markstrom is the move here, guys. I mean, he's the Vezina Trophy winner in my book. And then if we take a look at rookie skaters, it is Bullerice in his first season since being drafted. He was ready from the get-go. This was just this past draft. He had the stats for it. Like I said, passing and offensive awareness up there at 86, right? So he had the stats to put up points, and boys, he's going to win the Calder, and I can't wait to see where he grows. Rookie goalies, nobody. So we're going to have one person, or maybe 2. Maybe Markstrom will win the Vezina. But now it's time to see who's going to be facing the 122-point Hammerheads. It is going to be the Nashville Predators at 40, 35, and 7. So a very respectable record, but nowhere near ours. But guys, that is all the time I have for this one. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.